If you have been tracking the timeline of the federal conspiracy case out of Los Angeles involving the OTF collective, you know that scheduling has been the biggest battle so far. We have seen dates shift from January 2025 to October to January 2026, and most recently, April. The expectation was that this spring would finally see opening statements. However, federal cases of this magnitude, involving multiple defendants and complex RICO-style elements, rarely stick to the first, second, or even third schedule. The sheer volume of discovery and the logistical nightmare of coordinating 5 different defense teams usually forces the court's hand. And that is exactly what happened in the courtroom this week. Here is the update. Following a pre-trial status conference on February 23, 2026, the court has officially vacated the April trial date. Lil Durk's federal trial has been pushed back significantly. The new date on the calendar is August 25, 2026. This decision comes directly from the judge after reviewing requests from the defense teams of the co-defendants. While the prosecution was reportedly ready to proceed, the complexity of representing multiple individuals, some of whom are facing different degrees of exposure than others, meant that the defense needed more runway. This means the accused will remain in federal custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Los Angeles for at least another 6 months before a jury is even seated. Let's look at the legal strategy here, because the delay isn't the only story. There is a critical motion on the table regarding severance. Currently, all defendants are being tried together in one massive proceeding. This is standard for federal conspiracy cases because it allows the prosecution to paint a broader picture of an organization. However, Durk's defense team is reportedly pushing to sever his case from the co-defendants. If the judge grants a severance, it changes the timeline completely. It could theoretically allow Durk to go to trial sooner than August, separated from the logistical delays of the other teams. But if the severance is denied, which is common in these types of indictments, he is locked into the timeline of the slowest moving legal team in the group. The August date is a placeholder for the entire group, but that could fracture if the judge decides to split the defendants up. The ripple effect of a 4-month delay is massive for a high-profile defendant. In the federal system, time is often a strategic tool. For the defense, an extra 4 months allows for a deeper analysis of the discovery evidence, which in this case involves extensive digital forensics, travel records, and surveillance footage. It also allows time for the temperature of the case to cool down in the public eye. However, the downside is the pre-trial detention. Every delay is another day spent in federal holding without bail. For an artist with a massive touring and recording infrastructure on hold, an August trial date effectively writes off the entirety of 2026. The industry impact is a complete freeze on all business operations until the verdict is read in the fall.